welcome to Simply Sarap. Now for today's recipe, we're cooking something inspired by indigenous Agta tribes here in Bicol. Now this recipe is called Sinuman and it's inspired by sticky rice Suman recipes, but this time it's cooked in bamboo, like what they do in traditional Filipino tribes. So this is our bamboo that's been cut and hollowed out, and basically this is what many people in indigenous tribes use. I have here our sticky rice. It's kind of like our main ingredient. Basically, give them a good mix together. Get a nice even layer of rice onto our bamboo. Now the rice will soak up the coconut as it cooks. It's kind of the liquid that the rice will be using. Now be careful with filling it up because this tends to get full quite fast. At this point, we'll add some jackfruit. So here I have some preserved jackfruits from when jackfruit was in season, and I've preserved it in some sugar. So basically, lay your jackfruit in an even layer so that every part of the rice kind of has a part of it. Now, next we have here some sliced bananas. Dig in with our fingers and lay it in a beautiful layer. And just like that, our sinuman is ready to cook. We'll just cover it with the bamboo and put it over charcoal flames or bake it in the oven. If you don't have charcoal flames like they do in traditional tribes, you can always just place it in your oven and bake it for about an hour. For the sauce of the sinuman, we're going to be making a nice chocolate sauce. So for this, we'll be using these lovely chocolate discs called tablea. They're basically like raw chocolate product. They're basically pressed chocolate powder that need cooking before their flavor is released. So with that, we're going to be adding water to our pan. So I'll be adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this ratio is a very pure amount of chocolate to be adding, and we want it to be very pure and kind of decadent for our sinuman recipe. And it'll also act as kind of like a sweetener. So next we'll be adding coconut milk, just so that it complements the flavors of our sinuman. Since tablea is unsweetened, we're adding a little bit of sugar. And now we're going to give this a good whisk, just to dissolve these tablets. And as you can see, it's already starting to thicken into a beautiful, pure chocolate sauce. Now this sauce, its history goes all the way back to the Acapulco trade with Spain. The Spanish friars brought in the first cacao plant to the Philippines in the 1600s to the 1700s estimated, and planted it here in Camarines. We have so much chocolate plants growing in people's backyards that everyone's grandmother practically makes their own tablea. So now it's time to take our sinuman out of the oven. So usually this is cooked over charcoal flames, but the oven works just as well because it distributes heat evenly throughout our bamboo. Okay, so from here we'll pour our hot chocolate sauce. So here I have some chopped pili nuts, which are indigenous to the Bicol region. That's amazing. We're here at Pili Haven, and this is a place that specializes in one of our ingredients today, which is pili, and it's a big part of Bicolano culture.
So this is the pili nut kernel. We have to boil or blanch.
Boil or blanch. It has to cook first to loosen the skin.
So after removing the testa, we can process now the pili nut.
They lend a nice buttery texture to our sinuman recipe today. And just like that, our sinuman is finished. Okay, I finally get to taste my creation. So let's go in for the first bite. And the rice is so creamy from the coconut, and the chocolate complements it so well. It is topped off with that buttery, crunchy pili nuts. Oh, I'm so happy. Join me in rediscovering Filipino history and flavors in the next episodes of Simply Sarap. Visit the DFA official sites for more details.